Hello, I'm Ayako Sekiguchi from Wellness Kitchen. This time, I will introduce about the aging of the kidneys and its prevention. I'm sure it's something that many of you have at home, so let's get started. There are two major causes of aging, glycation and oxidation. This glycation is caused by a rapid increase in blood sugar levels and by the final glycation products contained in the food itself, which create burns in the body. These are the things that cause aging, and taking in a lot of these things can cause aging. However, oxidation is deeply related to this, so it's good to consider both glycation and oxidation together. I would like to introduce some methods to prevent aging. In this video, you will understand how to prevent aging with a very simple homemade drink. I will also introduce in detail the nutritional and health benefits of this drink, and I will introduce more about this type of drink. I will also introduce specific stories about what kind of effects will last for how long. Furthermore, I will introduce a very simple homemade drink and simple recipe using this ingredient. The ultraviolet rays are getting stronger. Please add it to your breakfast as a new habit for the coming season. Thank you. At Wellness Kitchen, we prioritize food and focus on encouragement. We consistently share information to improve your mental and physical well-being. Please subscribe to our channel. It is said that there are two major causes of aging, glycation and oxidation. This glycation can be significantly reduced just by adopting a diet that suppresses blood sugar levels. Foods rich in dietary fiber and oligosaccharides are very effective for this. This dietary fiber, for example, has a second meal effect, which affects the blood sugar control of the meal you eat in the afternoon. It is understood that this effect is due to the dietary fiber. This second meal effect means that by taking in a lot of dietary fiber for breakfast, it affects the rise in blood sugar levels and sugar metabolism. And this effect on blood sugar control continues to the next meal, lunch, and is delicious too. So, having breakfast with plenty of dietary fiber and taking in such nutrients will continue to have beneficial health effects until lunch. That's what it means. Depending on what you have for breakfast, it can affect your blood sugar levels until lunch. So, a simple morning habit of having dietary fiber is very important. It's a recommended method. Among all the soy products, Kinako contains the most dietary fiber. A large cup contains about 0.95 ounces of dietary fiber. This might not seem like much, but it's actually a very high amount. Well, that's why it's so great. It's a big deal. In the same amount, it contains 0.035 ounces of dietary fiber and 0.598 ounces in raw okara. This helps you understand how much is contained in each. Furthermore, it also contains a lot of protein, about 1.94 ounces in a large cup. This is a very large amount. If you take 2 cups of this, you can get more than 0.35 ounces. However, it is said that it is good to get about 0.7 ounces of protein per meal nutritionally, but half of that can be taken with just 2 cups of this powdered okara, which is quite amazing. In the case of soybeans, it contains 0.0775 ounces in the same amount and 0.03 ounces in raw okara, so even among soy products. You'll understand how amazing this powdered okara is. I hope you can make use of this wonderful powdered okara in your daily diet. Let's talk about acidification, which is a concern. Acidification is affected by active oxygen, which naturally occurs even in our daily lives. This active oxygen is necessary to some extent. It attacks viruses and bacteria that have invaded the body and so on. But it can also attack and kill our own cells, which is a problem. This can cause harm, such as damaging cells and causing them to become cancerous or causing cells to age. It's a physical thing, isn't it? Stress, additives, tobacco, excessive drinking, ultraviolet rays, excessive exercise, and various other factors constantly produce something called active oxygen, and it keeps increasing. If any of these factors exceed the appropriate amount, it increases excessively. Active oxygen can cause aging, and changes in the seasons can significantly affect our physical condition. That's why there's something called seasonal aging, where a lot of active oxygen is produced. So, by taking a lot of antioxidants, we can detoxify or prevent damage. It plays a role in repairing cells, and there's another tool for maintaining youthfulness, the liver. The liver stores nutrients, breaks down and synthesizes proteins, and performs various detoxification functions. It's an important organ that is constantly causing chemical reactions, which can increase the production of active oxygen. It's an organ that creates youthfulness, but is also the organ that is most susceptible to oxidative damage. Delivering nutrients that are beneficial to the liver is also very important. Our bodies constantly produce something called antioxidants, which constantly remove active oxygen. In addition to this, there are antioxidants in the food we eat, such as antioxidant vitamins. Vitamins A and C are vitamins that play a role in antioxidation. In addition to these, antioxidant minerals also exist. AN also has a very high antioxidant effect, right? The story about N, please refer to our other videos, and furthermore, such as polyphenols and carotenoids. These are substances mainly found in vegetables and fruits. For example, speaking of polyphenols like blueberries, anthocyanin found in dark-colored foods and catechins in tea, such bitterness and astringency. They are characterized by their unique colors, aren't they? Such substances become polyphenols. Furthermore, the red pigment in tomatoes, lycopene and such, those are called carotenoids. They play a key role as antioxidants, right? We're focusing on those that are particularly effective against glycation, especially ones readily available around us. Prevent aging by incorporating antioxidant ingredients into your diet. I would like to introduce some easy homemade drinks and effective ways to incorporate them into your new routine. The first thing we need to do is this. This time I tried 3 types. This one is a bit more in-depth. This is a typical powder. This is a strong wind powder, often used around bridges and such. It becomes a slightly colored, deeper thing. This one looks like a normal powder, but it's a black powder made into a black powder. This one is a green large powder. Each one has a different color, but the nutritional value is not that big. There is no difference, right? To be precise, this black powder is around the black skin of the black. It contains a polyphenol called anthocyanin, so this is a black powder that contains anthocyanin. This is blue because it's a beta-carotene. It contains a certain amount of nutrients, but the amount of nutrients doesn't change much. The black powder contains dietary fiber and oligosaccharides, so it can improve the internal environment. Plus, it helps control blood sugar levels, which is beneficial for hyperglycemia. Also, it contains a lot of protein. As I mentioned earlier, just by taking 2 cups, you can get about 0.35 ounces. When we say 0.35 ounces, it's more than half the amount you would get in one meal, such as large isoflavones, saponins, etc. It contains various trace elements, especially isoflavones, which are very beneficial for women. It's a great ingredient, isn't it? Saponins also help improve blood flow and have antioxidant effects. It also contains a lot of calcium and other minerals, so it's very rich in vitamins. It's really beneficial. Compared to regular tofu, milk, and other soy products, it's even better when it's dried and made into a powder. In terms of taste, a characteristic feature is that the umami flavor is intensely concentrated. In terms of beverages that are close to the body, there are green tea, coffee, tomato juice, and cocoa. From there, this is green. I think there's something like this in every household, isn't there? Just add 2 large cups of this powder to it, and you'll have an anti-aging drink that counteracts high sugar and high acidification. It becomes a drink. Just by adding this powder, this drink becomes a high-protein drink, so it's full of nutrition, even with just that. I think I'd like to try diluting it with milk a bit. Since I added milk, it's become quite a thick drink. It's nutritious enough to be a meal on its own. I think it would be fine just for breakfast. This one is also green. It seems to match well, doesn't it? You can dilute it with milk or even water. I think I want to try diluting it a bit more with tea.
Put it in the drink.
In addition to drinking it, I recommend sprinkling this banana-like powder on bananas and eating it. If you like bananas, the natural sweetness of this banana and the fragrant feeling of the powder are the best match, so please try it. You can also add it to yogurt. Actually, this is a black sesame seed. I'm going to sprinkle these and fry them. This sesame seed is also good for the liver. It contains a lot of antioxidants. It also has a rejuvenating effect on the liver thanks to the sesame seeds. By double frying with kinako and black sesame, it becomes a beautifully browned and crispy texture.
Now,
this time we will find a very familiar kinako in our house and such a simple high acidification. We introduced a method to prevent aging by calculating food ingredients. It would be good to effectively use a large amount of kinako as a new morning habit. Thank you for watching until the end. Let's meet again in another video. At Ernest's Kitchen, we are constantly delivering information that is useful for beauty and health through food. If you register for the channel, you will be notified as soon as the video is distributed, so please do so. We would be happy if you could write your questions and impressions in the comment section. Thank you very much.